Hey there, CompSci10. I got a couple more questions just about random colors. So you can see in the example here, I've got my ball here bouncing off all the walls. But say I want to change a color every time it hits the wall, and I want to add like a random color or anything here. There's a few ways to kind of handle this with color in p5.js and JavaScript. I'll show you one way that we can look at just thinking about what we've been talking about with variables, that anytime we want something to change, we're going to have to store that value as the variable. So if I think about this example, the value I want to change is the color. So right now this fill is the color that it's this kind of lime or this turquoise green, I guess here. Is the color it has. So I'm going to need to change that to a variable. So one way that we can do this is we can name, this is our kind of color 1, our color 2, and our color 3, because we've got that red, green, blue when we do our fills, right? So I'm going to have to, if I'm setting those up as variables, I'm going to have to add those as variables as well. And when I start this, I'm going to want to assign values to each of those. So right now, I'll just make them kind of random here. So let's go 100, color 2, 200, color 3, 0. So red and green with a little more green. Yeah, so we've got mostly kind of a green ball moving across here. What I want to have happen now is every time it hits a wall, and let's just start with the X walls. I want to change that value, that color 1, color 2, and color 3. So most languages have a random kind of function built in. Sometimes you have to declare it or you have to bring it in. But we'll do it right now where every time it hits the wall, it's going to change that color 1 every time it hits an X wall, I should say. To a random value between 0 and 255. So that's what this is doing. And you know what? I'll do it for both of them just so you can see. So it's both the X or the Y. So anytime it hits the wall, it's going to change those values. Now, it's only making a subtle difference because it's only one of the colors, right? If I want to have that a bit more impactful, I'm going to change 2 of the colors. Whoops, I'm used to. So now we can see we've got 2 of the colors moving or changing. And I can do this for all 3. And I don't even have to always do just random between 0 and 255. You can look up using random with p5.js or really any language here, and you can find a way to do a range. So say you only want to change between 200 and 255, between 0 and 20, pick any random value between a certain range. You can do that too. But yeah, there you go. Just using kind of that random value, our random function, as well as giving my variables different fills. I can change the colors every time it hits the wall. Cool. Send me more questions. Hopefully I'll get them answered for you there. Thanks.